Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I made this home wood sign. I showed two different ways. This is the basic way, if you just want to keep it simple. And then I also show a more custom way, like this, where I include the year that you became a home and then also your last name. It was really easy for me. If you would like to make it, just keep watching. So here's the tools that you're going to need. I have a piece of plywood cut 10 by 50.5 inches. I had it cut this way to fit where I wanted it to. I have my letters, have a power drill. I have some small screws. I don't want the extra long ones where it'll go through my wood because that's not good. We don't want that. And this is the stain I'm going to be using. It's Early American by Minwax, a measuring tape, and you'll also need your hands. So let's get started. Here I am laying out my letters on my wood just to make sure it looks the way that I want and I have enough room for what I have in mind. I am looking at my wood, just trying to see what side I want to stain, like which side would be prettier, stuff like that. I'm now taking a scrap piece of the same wood and testing different stains to see how they look, because you can use the same stain on 5 different kinds of wood and they're all going to look different depending on the grain and such. And now we get to staining. Ask the spectators what they think. What do you think? Fine. Next, I measure to find the center of the board so I can place my letters accordingly, because God knows if it's a little bit off, my husband will never let me live it down. Again, I am measuring letters to get my husband's approval. Are you happy now? Huh? Anyway, back to the sign. So I'm just measuring to make sure that it's going to be even on the board because I don't want it crooked, obviously. And now we watch as my child kills my hopes and dreams. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Anyway, so now I'm marking and putting in my first screw. So exciting. At last, we have our first letter in all its glory. And now I'm putting in another screw and moving the baby, and then moving the baby again, and then scratching my toddler's back, and back to the sign. So now I am putting in the other screws for the M. Hanging it up, making sure it's level, but you know, who's noticing, right? And now you can totally stop there and leave it how it is. I really like the way that it looks, but I wanted to make it a little bit more custom, so I used my brother Stand and Cut to cut out some letters that I could put on my board. I'm not using any kind of fancy paper, I'm just using plain white printer paper. sitting down and placing the letters on the board, kind of seeing how I want them laid out, because I really don't know how I want them laid out. I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants, kind of like how I live my life. Again, I have my square out, just kind of making a line so I know when I go to glue where exactly I want them lined up. Kind of makes things easier. Yes, you're right, honey. This is Mod Podge. I got mine from Hobby Lobby, and this is the glue that I use to stick down my letters. And this is my paintbrush. Now I'm just taking the Mod Podge on my brush and making a thin layer on my wood, right where I marked where I want my letters at. And so I just stick them on and use my fingers to make sure there's no air bubbles or anything like that underneath. To be using Mod Podge on the rest of my wood just to match, because even though it does say it's matte, it does have a bit of a gloss to it, and I don't want anything to look different. It also does help seal the wood.